Hello there, Eagles fans. Welcome back to Philly Eagles Therapy. I'm Basil.
And I'm Baz.
And we're recording Sunday, August 23rd, 2026, day after the Eagles' second preseason game of the 2026 NFL season. Dad, how you doing today?
Yeah, good. It's funny, we're getting close, but when you say August 23rd, I'm like, wow, man, it's flying by. August is just going by so quick. But yeah, man, we're almost at August.
Yeah, we're almost at the season. I mean, September 13th is the beginning of the Eagles season.
3 weeks ago.
Yep.
3 weeks from today.
Yeah. Well, let's start off the pod by talking real quick about the news that we received from the Philadelphia Eagles fan club. We are officially going to be watching games at Stoney's. It's going to be a bar downtown in Colorado Springs. I don't have the streets.
It's on Tejon.
Thank you very much. On Tejon. Stoney's on Tejon is where we're going to be watching the Eagles games this upcoming season. That's where the club will be. So
it was the old Oscar Blues building.
Yeah, it used to be Oscar Blues down there.
Yeah, so look it up.
Yep, look it up. All right, well, let's get into it. Dad, the Eagles lose this one 24-21. Big whoop. We saw some great stuff yesterday. It was a really good game, 1,000 times better than the first game.
Way better.
Give me your overall thoughts on it.
I mean, they could have won the game, right? And if they won, what would we be doing? We'd be cheering? No, we didn't care, right? That would have been nice to stop them, but, they just gave up a couple late third down plays, and that's what you're going to get, right? Nobody's on the field that we know anyway. So, but yeah, it was an exciting game. I think it was exciting to watch because there were some good plays by some of our unsung heroes, guys that we didn't really know that well, and that was interesting to see. So I like that.
Absolutely, yeah. We have a bunch of players that we're going to be going winners and losers, thumbs up, thumbs down, stock up, stock down, whatever you want to call the segment. We got some players that we'll talk about there. But overall, yeah, I thought it was a really good game. I mean, it was a fun preseason game. 24-21, that's better than 24-7, like I said.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I thought it was a pretty fun game, even for a loss. I mean, it's fun to see the players play well. It's fun to see the coaches coach well. It felt like football was really back.
Yeah, and they're just watching to see who's got what. Like we saw right away early on that Dalton didn't have it, and we just kind of went, okay, well, let's go. Let's move on. But the running game was going well, and that was exciting. Good to see the line play. Some of the guys we were specifically watching.
I thought the line played fantastic. Yeah, I mean, we'll talk about each guy individually, but I thought the line played great. I thought the D-line played fantastic. Defensive backs, not so much. Linebackers, same, but, that's what you get with third string, fourth stringers.
That's right.
That's how it works. But I thought when the second string was in at the beginning of the game, I thought they all looked really good. And I thought there was just really good play across the board on all phases.
And there was a couple guys that we were like, he wasn't even on the roster last week.
Yes.
We had to do some looking up.
Yeah, there was one guy who got a sack on number 30. What was his? I can't remember his last name. 34.
Ramirez?
No,
That's it. Yeah,
Gushikin.
That's the one.
I had not even heard of this guy, and 5 minutes in the game, he made a huge play and jumped into the backfield and got a great tackle. And like, who?
Looking at the list, who's that? What number is that again?
Yeah. So good for him. Yeah. There was a lot of guys, and a lot of these guys aren't going to make the roster, but they might have solidified their chances on a practice squad or on another roster. You never know.
They could have piggybacked somebody that was already kind of a lock for the practice squad, and they go, whoa, I saw this guy do something really good. Let's take a shot on him,
Absolutely.
Oh, I agree with you there.
Cool. Well, then let's get into some players on the winners and losers. Starting off, number one, the biggest winner of the game, I thought, Ty Campbell on the defense.
Ty Robinson.
Sorry.
That's okay.
I was looking at
That's okay.
Ty Robinson.
Yeah.
Ty Robinson walks away from the game with 2 sacks, 3 quarterback hits, 4 total tackles. I mean, including last week with this, he made the roster in the last 2 weeks.
I agree.
I mean, he completely made the roster in the last 2 weeks.
I think he had 3 tackles for loss last night as well, but I'm not sure if that was the combined two games that he's played in or not, but I definitely saw that he had 3 tackles for loss and the 3 sacks total.
Gotcha. Okay.
That's awesome.
Yeah, like I said, he really made the roster just in these 2 games because all the reports coming out from training camp was he wasn't showing much. He wasn't doing much, not many flashes or anything like that.
Yeah.
And I know he's been playing against backups, third strings, whatever. But when you play, when you dominate backups, it's different than playing well against backups.
We got to the point in the game we were like, we're just watching him. Is he going to make another? Is he going to bust through the line again like he did like 2 or 3 plays in a row? Yeah. I know 2 plays in a row for sure.
Correct.
You're like, oh my God, is that him again? Like, wow, that was something.
He had 2 plays in a row where he knocked the quarterback while he was throwing it, and then he got a sack on the next play. Yeah, he did everything too. They lined him out at the edge at one point. They had him outside. He was bull rushing. He was push pulling. He was swim moving.
Good stunt. They did a good stunt.
Great stunt. Yeah. Yes. So I thought, man, he really made the roster in these last 2 weeks.
Well, he showed his football knowledge with that stunt play. I don't know if they called it themselves or if the coach called it in, but he definitely he knew where to go, and he walked right around that tackle and got right in there. It was awesome.
Yeah. Next stock up, another defensive player. I'm going to go Jeremiah Trotter. We don't have to spend too much time on this because we know this guy's a great player. We already knew he was going to be on the roster, but we just have to talk about that sack that he had where he just ran through the line and tackled the quarterback before he even turned around.
Jalen Carter, it looked like.
It was amazing.
Fast.
I mean, that was one of the coolest sacks I'd seen in a while.
I mean, that was a split second, great timing. Made the found the right slot or whatever, hole, whatever you want to call it. But man, that was amazing. And the thing about Trotter is we knew he was there. There were some naysayers, and I'd say maybe last year, is he really too small? Can he do it? He looks like he's rotational linebacker, not just making the team. He's going to be playing in games.
I agree. I do agree with you there.
Yeah, he looked really good.
I don't know if you wanted to sit on the bench all season. You wouldn't want that.
No, he's got speed. Get some defensive calls where you got 3 linebackers out there.
You mentioned Ty Robinson, football IQ. That's what Trotter has. It's just in his life. It's just in his blood.
It is. Yeah, he looked great.
My last stock up on the defense is Joshua Weru. I chose the 3 guys who had a sack. I guess that's not really that impressive of me, but he had a sack, and it's his second career NFL game. I know it's preseason, but it's his second career game playing football, and he got a sack. He got back there fast. He got around the right tackle, and he finished the play. I mean, that's the most you can ask of a guy who just put on pads a few weeks ago.
He made another play. Remember when the quarterback was rolling out right, and he was right on his tail?
Yeah.
And, you just go, okay, this guy's got something. It's only his second time he's ever played. I mean, come on.
Yeah. Which with him, stock up for me because I put him on my roster.
Right.
So maybe I'm looking pretty good there.
Yeah, no, for sure.
We'll see. I know it's hard, but you want to get into stock up on the offense or stock down on the defense or losers of the defense?
Let's stay with defense. Let's stay with defense.
We'll finish off the defense. I got 2 losers, and I don't know if you have any other players you want to throw in. Number 1 losers, Ambry Thomas. He was the guy that got burnt for the touchdown. He looked really bad. And I feel bad saying that. He had a few good tackles and plays, but overall, he wasn't going to make the roster. So, how much does this impact him?
Right.
I don't know. But he did not look good out there. He did not look like he was ready to play in the NFL.
No, and he got beat on that one. And it's funny because I think it was him on both plays. I might be
thought
wrong.
It was too, but it's very hard to see the difference between 38 and 30.
Yeah.
And Sean Wade is 30. Now, I don't understand. Sean Wade's a linebacker, so I don't think he'd be downfield covering a deep route.
Right.
But I thought it was both of him, but I might be wrong.
But the one play that I didn't like, and I think this was the game winner, if you will.
Yeah.
When the DB kind of looked back, like, hey, it's somebody else's man. You're like, don't do that. Just play what you play.
Yeah.
So we'd have to look at that again. But still, I know you're talking about he didn't look good at all.
Yeah.
Because they were getting open a lot. They were getting open a lot.
I thought overall in the defense, he's the only player that didn't look good.
Kind of stood out. Yeah.
I didn't think anybody. I only have one other bad, and it's not even because of how he played. I have Arnold Ebiketie. He was out there. He didn't really do much, and I think Joshua Weru getting a sack pushes Ebiketie down.
Right.
Not because he played bad, but because Weru's looking kind of better. I think it's a bad look for Ebiketie. Now, we assume with the defensive end rotation, obviously Grenard, Smith, and Jalix Hunt are the ultimate locks they're the ultimate locks to make the team. And then after that, you're thinking Epinesa makes it, and then probably only one other defensive end.
Yeah.
And I put Joshua Weru, you put Ebiketie, and I did agree that Ebiketie probably has a better chance to make it.
Right.
But after last night, I just think, you really gotta put it out there. You gotta make it known that you're playing, and he just didn't. He really didn't do much.
Well, the good thing about Epinesa, now not Ebiketie, but Epinesa is, he could be a rotational, get in there, kind of spell some time for somebody, maybe a second down so that Hunt can take a break or whoever. Not that we want him taking a break, but you know what I'm saying.
After a sack,
one of those hot games down in Tampa or something where you need to rotate in. You don't feel like you're going to lose a lot with him. He's more of he seems to me like he can play both, like he's playing run and, blitz, whatever you want to call it, rush. But yeah, he's definitely gotten some time in this year. So in the preseason, which is good because we really haven't seen the other guys, right? So
yeah.
For us,
which I think
what we see in the games.
That's another thing. Epinesa looking good makes Ebiketie just kind of his makes him a loser. I don't. It sounds terrible to say that, but you know what I mean.
But it really gets to who can we stick on the practice squad, not get taken from us. You know what I mean? It gets to that point.
That's the thing. Yeah.
Well, we haven't seen enough of this guy. We don't want him. Okay, well we can stash him, right? We think we see something, so we're going to stick him on the practice squad. But again, vetted veterans and who knows what if they get the. If you could be put in a practice squad.
Well, the rules changed on that where I think everybody can go on a practice squad.
Okay.
Like, I don't think there's any rules to that now. But that's all I have on the defense. Anybody else on the defense you wanted to mention that I missed?
Not really. I mean, yeah, I would say probably some of the other DBs, but I don't even know their names. But they were getting burned pretty much that whole game. I mean, there was times you saw – a rookie quarterback on the other side thrown to a wide open guy, and you're like, okay, what's going on here?
Sean Wade had a forced fumble on the sideline. That was kind of cool.
That's a big play. That's a good play.
Might have helped him go up a little bit. Obviously, he won't make the team, but maybe help him get on the practice squad or on the roster somewhere else.
Find a little home there.
Yep. The offense has a lot more names. I got 9 names on the winners and losers list. With the winners first, let's go with Carson Steele.
Oh, man.
Carson Steele. Yep.
He might have made me change who I predicted to be on the roster. I really do.
Now, I can't imagine. He's definitely not kicking off any of the running backs. Saquon, Tank, and Shipley are locks to make it. So if he gets on the roster, he's pushing off someone else. But he had an okay day on the ground, 12 rushes, 33 yards, only 2.8 per carry. But through the air, he had 6 catches for 84 yards and a touchdown.
He just shows you that they can use him in a situation where he can be in the flat, and they do that pass play 2 or 3 times, that quick out pass. And the one time I kind of yelled because I'm like, what are you doing? Like, the guy's totally covered. He catches it, and then he cuts across the field and gets about 30 yards. It was just great running, great field awareness. He had the blockers in front of him, but I thought that play was going anywhere. So, not going anywhere. So, there's times that you go, in a certain game, we might be able to use this guy because nobody's going to be doubling him, right? He's going to be out there. Man, he looked fast and strong.
The other thing about this guy is, the risk of putting him on the practice squad, he could get taken. He's 23 years old. He's going to be 24 in October. This could be a guy that could be good for the next, he's young. He could be good for the next 4 years as a running back. He's not, he doesn't have a lot of tread on his tires.
Right.
He hasn't played much in the NFL. Yeah. He's only played.
And forbid if any of our other 3 get knocked out or something, or like say one of our kick returner guys or a wide receiver goes down, you got this guy to bring in,
Yeah.
Obviously he's not going to return kicks, but, you can use that player as a blocker on the running game. He's pretty big dude too, right?
He's 6 foot 225. In 2024 season, the 2024 season, he played 17 games. He had 56 attempts for 183 yards. A couple of fumbles, which wasn't great, but he didn't play at all last year. I don't know if that had to do with injury or something like that, but he might have just not been on. He might have just been on the practice squad for the Chiefs all year.
He might have kicked Latu off the roster, the roster that I had him on. You didn't, but I had him as one of the 4 backs, and maybe he takes that position.
The only hard thing with that, Latu's 6'5", 244.
Yeah.
And Carson Steele, like I said, 6 foot 228, and that's just a tough little for a fullback to try to make the roster. That's a tough fight. That's a tough uphill fight.
He looked more like a running back to me, or at least a flanker back or something.
Yeah,
gadget player, but he looked fantastic.
Next stop up, I have Markel Bell, right tackle for the Eagles. Played. It looked like the first half, maybe the first 3 quarters.
It's funny. They don't produce a play-by-play. How many plays did that guy get in? The roster count. Or
the game book.
The game book, they don't put that out in these preseason games. So we couldn't look at that and go, oh, he was on 25 snaps. He probably wasn't even on that many, but he definitely looked really good. And he's a road grader, man. He's a plower. He just knocks guys out of the way.
I thought he looked really good. Every time they showed him, he was pushing guys down. He was pushing guys back.
Yeah.
And, from what I've heard for some other podcasts and other reports is people are fully expecting this guy to be the starting right tackle next year.
Oh, yeah. If he's the heir apparent, he looks like he's ready for that position.
Yeah, they'd be more surprised if he wasn't starting than if he was.
Yeah, he looked great.
Next one, another running back, Will Shipley. Didn't play too much, 11 rushes, 56 yards, 5.1 per carry with a touchdown. Was his touchdown a receiving? No, it was a rushing touchdown. Yeah, so he looked really good. We knew he was going to be on the roster, but still, he helped himself. He only helped himself.
Yeah, definitely. And the thing about Shipley is we've been talking about him for last year. We thought he'd have a bigger piece, and he really didn't.
Not at all.
But things weren't really happening for him last year. So it's just kind of this year. He looks like he's ready to go, and he looked a lot better, I think.
Yep. Next one, another
decision making is what I want to say.
Yeah. Another offensive lineman, Willie Lampkin. Last week, Lampkin was playing guard, I think right guard. And then this week he was playing center when they had Drew Kemble at left guard. And Lampkin looked great. I mean, Lampkin looked really, really, really good.
Yeah,
I know the size thing intrigues everyone. He's almost 5'11". He's 280 pounds. And it just kind of it's a fun guy to cheer for because you're like, dude, a right guard, that size, it just doesn't make sense. But man, he looks like he can really play. He knows how to use his leverage.
Yes.
He didn't look like he was getting beat at all.
No.
I mean, he looked really good.
He knows how to use the body that he's got. He knows how to push. He's got some very strong legs. There's a few plays we just kind of keyed on him, and he looked great. So, I mean, it's really nice to have that backup player type, and the versatility he has to play guard and center. And, you watch the center, no bobble snaps, no bad snaps, no fumbles, no fumble snaps. So, I mean, it tells you one thing there that he can do both,
And also, it's good to mention before this season, the backup offensive line was a real concern going into the season. It was just kind of like, man, they don't have anybody back there. Who are the guys? Who are the back? We had Fred Johnson. That was the only known
tackle.
But other than that, you're like, who are these backups going to be? We're kind of a little worried. But it's emerged that we don't really have to be worried. I mean, Drew Kendall and Lampkin can do the guard positions and the center. Fred Johnson, Markel Bell, and then, if Micah Morris or Jake.
We didn't see Morris, right? Didn't we keep saying
he went in a little bit later? Yes,
okay. I know we said it at one point. Like, how come he's not playing? Get Fred Johnson out there and get him in there.
What's Jake's last name? Jake Majors. I think they have really good options for the backup offensive line. You'll see some of these guys make the practice squad as well. I think you got a really good group.
Where did they get Majors at? Because I know when we were looking at him, he was in there an awful lot, and I was wondering how long he's been in the league.
24.
Yeah, so he's good. That's good.
Played for Texas, undrafted last year. 6'3", 306. It's a good size, man. Yeah.
For interior.
He's listed as a center, but he mostly really only played guard, it seemed like. So I don't know. He graduated from the University of Texas Austin with a bachelor's in business management.
Okay.
With a 3.65 GPA. His parents are both nurses. All right, sorry. But, I think that whole group of guys I just said, all those guys, you have a lot of good options for backup offensive linemen. And it's great because it was a real concern a few weeks ago.
Yeah, well, especially with, to me, Dickerson's,
Dickerson and Juergens,
injuries. With the injuries, but and again, if you have guys that can spell them, certain games, hey, it's 24-10 with 8 minutes left. Let's get the other guys out there and let these guys sit. So, I mean, that's the way it's going to be this year, I think.
Next stock up on the offense, I got Darius Cooper.
Excellent.
3 catches, 44 yards, looked much better than he did last week. He looked a lot more comfortable out there. Had a really good play, a 25-yarder along the sideline where he shook off a tackle and stayed in bounds. So overall, I thought he was great. I mean, he was the second leading receiver. He only played the first quarter, I think.
Yeah, but he had that nice cut on the sideline where he didn't step out, and it looked like he was going to. Even when the replay, I'm like, please stay in. He stayed in. Yeah. But, it's funny. After that big play, you and I both said, get him out. Get him out.
Yes, and this
is out of there.
Yeah. And this is a guy that, to me, I'm surprised that there's a lot of people saying, Darius Cooper fighting for that last spot. I'm like, well, I thought he was kind of a lock to be on the team.
I did too.
I never really was concerned that he wouldn't make the team unless he looked terrible.
But he definitely needs to play in the preseason.
Yes.
And I'm hoping next week, I think he needs to get out there for a little while.
We'll see.
Just to have that action, just to have that growth. I don't know. I know you're always worried that something's going to happen, but I think at the same time, he just needs that behind, on his belt, put the notches on the belt there. He's got to get out there and play some.
We'll see. I mean, I think next week, you might not even see Tanner McKee next week. I mean, it might just be Cole Payton the whole time.
I think you need to see Tanner, too.
But you might not even see Shipley next week.
That I can understand that.
You might not see Jake Elliott. No, I'm just kidding. But
Trot,
Trot might be a tough one to sell, yeah.
I don't think he'll be out there.
Next stock up, or winner, whatever you want to call it, sorry. Next winner, I have Hollywood Brown. Didn't play, not listed as injured. He's on the team.
Well,
That just tells
Johnny
you.
Wilson got cut
Yes.
a couple days ago.
We expected, after Johnny Wilson getting cut, that, okay, Elijah Moore and Hollywood Brown, they're going to be fighting to see who makes the roster. But
Right.
Brown didn't play. Moore didn't play, but he was listed as a neck injury. So that might be why he didn't play. But Brown did not play. And that just shows you, he's on the team.
Yeah,
They have him ready to be on the team.
Yep. So that's good. I mean, and that's kind of part of my 53. I thought they were both going to get on there. The big thing was one of the two weren't going to make the team, but I think you need Hollywood Brown to stretch the field, and you need Elijah Moore to catch the ball.
Last winner on the offense that I have is going to be Britton Covey, my guy. My guy, Britton Covey. Had some pretty good punt returns, a total of, I got it right here. Here we go. 4 punt returns for 38 yards, a 9.5 average, 1 for 21. He did have a fumble, but he jumped on it right away. That was pretty good awareness of him.
Right.
You'd never see him fumble ever. So it was a little worrisome when you saw it, but he picked it right up and he was all good. He also had a great touchdown in the red zone. 1 catch, 14
Quick
yards
slant
for the touchdown.
Yeah.
Really quick slant, really good. Broke a tackle, got off another guy.
Still got his speed, man. He's still got his speed.
Yeah, and it's a bummer because it's a guy that I've for years have wanted him to be on the team, and not just as a kick returner or a punt returner. I want to see him maybe get some balls thrown his way. But
we talked about that
he's
in past episodes. We think he, not 40 catches a season, but every once in a while that. Who's that guy? What's he doing? 15-yard play. Okay, and then he's back on the sideline. That's just you need to have options, right? We always talk about it how we throw to 3 receivers, right? 2 receivers and a tight end. That's all we got in backs. Instead of these other teams, it's first quarter and they've thrown at 7 different guys. Yeah. You need to have that.
So he's played 3 official years with us. His first year he had 6 catches. I'm sorry, first year he had 4 catches. And the next year 7. Last year he had 2. So I just think let's get that up to 15.
I agree.
Get it up to 18. It doesn't have to be 40 like you said, but why can't I get 18 for 130 and 2 touchdowns?
Right. It's a team game. You got to use them. I agree with you.
So we'll see. I think he's a player that's always going to be. They'll get him on the practice squad. They'll elevate him for the first 4 weeks. Then they'll try to find a spot for him. They'll probably get a guy injured, things like that. So we'll see. That'll probably happen, and he'll probably be on.
Regardless of the punt fumble, I don't think we have to worry about that in regular season because he just doesn't do it. Mm-hmm. This is practice. Maybe he's trying something different.
That's all I have for the winners on offense. I got 3 losers. So number 1's the obvious one, Andy Dalton.
Yes.
3 for 10, 44 yards. I think he completed his first 3 passes. That might be wrong, but he had 3 for 10. All 3 of those, 3 for 10, 44 yards. Cooper had 3 catches for 44 yards. All of his passes were completed to Cooper, but he didn't complete another pass. And it was.
They looked ugly. There were some ugly passes.
It was one of those situations where you're 3 minutes in the game. 8 minutes into the game. It's just like, why is this guy playing? Why do I have to watch him? Why do I have to watch this guy play football right now?
What are we looking for? What are we trying to find? Like, there's that gem we were looking for. No, it's unfortunate, but that's just the way it is. It's over. Let's stop this stuff.
Next one I have McKee Lemon. So this one's one of those didn't play, hasn't played, and that's why the stock goes down. I think the fact that obviously Smitty, Wicks aren't going to play, but the fact that they're not playing Brown. The fact that Cooper's out there looking good and the Elijah Moore we're not too sure about, it seems like they're probably pretty set on their wide receiver core. And obviously McKee Lemon's going to make the roster. There are people that have asked. There's been murmurs about will he not even make the team? That's foolish. Don't think that. But it is still annoying. It's frustrating. It's concerning. He's back at practice, so that's good. But it is a bummer to not see this guy have played in the preseason whatsoever. Yeah. And I can't imagine they play him next week, even if he could play, because you just can't do that.
There's no way.
So this guy's
because it's a hamstring, right? So
yeah. So it's a bummer because this guy, it feels like you're going to be starting off as the 3rd or 4th wide receiver on the team.
Right.
We were really
hoping for number 2.
We were expecting this guy to be number 2, play in the slot a little bit. Wicks is the outside guy. Smitty can play both sides or both inside and out.
Right.
And you thought McKee Lemon, but man, it feels like this guy might be the number 4 receiver to start the season.
Yeah, it's not the worst thing in the world.
It's true.
But at the same time, I mean, even if he was healthy, he probably wouldn't be playing in preseason, right? I mean, even if he was healthy.
I would say he definitely would have played at least one game.
So.
I would think if he's healthy, he would have played week 1. He would have played the same amount of snaps Darius Cooper played. And then they would have been like, all right, now you're done. But you got it, in the preseason, you want to get him 4 targets, 3 catches for 43 yards. Yeah, that's what you want to do. And it just didn't work. Nothing happened. And it's just
will they play anymore? I don't know if he would be in there. But and again, that's one of those things where who knows if he's really, that's just that we use that call just so he doesn't have to play, just so there's no pressure on him. But I don't know. I maybe he wouldn't have played. I doubt it. I mean, how many number 1 picks were playing in the other games? I didn't really look at that.
Come on, you expect me to know that?
I know. I'm just saying. That's the thing. Like,
I don't even want to watch our preseason games.
Yeah, I put them on, and I'm 5 minutes in, and I'm like,
yesterday was different. Yesterday was a little bit more fun, but obviously yesterday the injury happened on the first play of the game, which was a bummer, which we can take right now to say Jaquindon Jackson injured on the first kickoff. It's a bummer because I was like, oh, great tackle, and then he didn't get up, and it's like, oh shoot, that sucks. So they thankfully released a report a little bit later during the game and let everybody know. He had strength in his extremities and movement.
He's talking.
And he did return to Philly last night with the Eagles. So you're like, okay, that's great news.
If you get on a plane, that means you're okay. Because otherwise they keep you for observation.
Is it a bus from Boston? Do they fly, you think?
They got to fly. There's definitely, they're flying. But another thing I want to bring up, and now that you went through your list, is I thought I'm sorry.
I have one more.
Okay, well, let me go. Just the return teams. I thought the kickoff coverage was that tackle he made, but there was several other kickoff tackles that were
good.
Like, I forget the numbers, 43, 45. I mean, they made some plays, and I'm like, okay, that's good.
I would agree with you.
Found a gem there somewhere, but yeah, there was some good coverage on that.
Yeah, I agree with you. I did think there was some pretty good kick coverage.
Yeah, mostly kickoffs. The punts were out of bounds mostly.
Yeah. I have my last loser from the game, and this is a big one, and this is kind of why I saved him for last. It's going to be the rookie tight end, Eli Stowers. So Eli Stowers went into this game. Last week he had 3 catches for, 11 yards or something like 12 yards?
3 yards a catch, something like that.
This week he had 3 targets, no catches. It's funny because early on in the game he had a pretty good block at one point. He helped seal the edge and push a guy down. And it was like, hey, here we go. And then the rest of the game, it's just kaput. I mean, it's just nothing. And they didn't.
That might have been on a touchdown.
It was on a touchdown.
Yeah, it was Shipley's touchdown, I believe. No, maybe Steele's. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
But aside from that, it was just – he just doesn't – it looks like he doesn't belong right now, which is unfortunate and just, frustrating for a second-round pick who's not injured. It's one thing when, have the McKee Lemon.
Right.
You don't get mad at him because you don't know what he looks like. But Stowers doesn't even really look good out there.
Yeah. I agree. We were keen on him, right? We wanted to see him get that 25-yard pass. Whoa, there he is on the sideline. Great play. But I think some of those passes, and I'd have to really isolate each one, but some of the passes that were thrown were just in the dirt and overheads and just, it was really bad.
Yeah. I know it's probably, maybe it's unfair when you think about it. We've had a pretty good run of tight ends here. And especially guys that we drafted early on. You got the Zach Ertz, you got the Dallas Goedert. I was going to pull up their stats real quick if this computer could go any faster. But as, rookies like Zach Ertz as a rookie, he was a contributor immediately. 16 games, 36 catches, 469 yards, 4 touchdowns. It's pretty darn good. That makes it 13 yards per catch.
That's what you want out of a tight end right there.
Which was his career high, actually.
Wow.
And then Goddard, not as much, but he has the Ertz still.
Right.
16 games, 33 catches, 334 yards, 4 touchdowns. I'm just looking at those numbers, and I just don't see him getting anywhere near there.
Right.
Now,
you need that. You need that of a tight end.
Now, with that, I'll do this. I have a little fun activity if you're down to play it.
Sure.
I went through the last 6 drafts, except for 20. Sorry. I went from 2020 to 2025. I didn't do the 2026 draft. And I took every single rookie tight end who was drafted in the second round. And I have all their stats here.
From their first year.
From their rookie year.
Gotcha.
And this is kind of just to maybe help us cool down, maybe help us, face that, okay, maybe the expectations are a little bit too high.
Right.
So I have these. I'm going to go through them all right now. So in 2020, Cole Kmet, him,
yes.
Bears, drafted in the second round. He played 16 games. And he had 28 catches, 243 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Do you think Stowers could do that?
Yeah, we would. Yes.
Okay. 2021, Pat Freiermuth for the Steelers. This one's a pretty good one.
Big time.
11 games, 60 catches, 497 yards, 7 touchdowns.
He's not getting 60 catches. I guarantee you that.
Yeah. Next one, Trey McBride. This is a surprising one. 16 games, only 29 catches for 265 yards and 1 touchdown.
And then look what he did the second.
Greatest player in the world now.
Yeah, he's fantastic.
Look at his he's 4 years in. He's been great.
Yeah.
2023, this is a funny one. There's 5 tight ends taken in the second round.
Dang.
So one of these is going to stick out to everybody like a sore thumb.
Right.
Sam Laporta.
Oh, yeah.
17 games, 86 catches, 889 yards, 10 touchdowns. Wow. So that's the big.
That's the bar.
I've looked.
That's
and
the bar.
That's
the
the
high
swing.
level.
Yes.
That's the high level.
Michael Meyer, 14 games, 27 catches, 304 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Okay.
Luke Musgrave, 11 games, 34 catches, 352 yards, 1 touchdown.
Still only 10 yards a catch about.
Lou Schoonmaker, Dallas, 17 games, 8 catches, 65 yards, 2 touchdowns.
He became a big player.
Not at all. No, he didn't.
Yeah, but he's moved on. But
no, he's still in Dallas, I think. But
he really?
I know you're thinking of the other guy, not Schultz. Who's the other guy they have now?
Dalton Schultz?
Terrence Ferguson.
Yeah.
Yeah, Schoonmaker's nothing. He's a blocker. That's it.
Yeah.
Brenton Strange for the Jaguars, 14 games, 5 catches, 35 yards, 1 touchdown.
Second-round pick.
Second-round pick.
Yeah, that would frown upon that.
Yep. 2024 draft, Ben Sinnott from Washington, 17 games, 5 catches, 28 yards, 1 touchdown. And now he's considered a high tight end pick in fantasy. You know what I mean?
Okay, wow.
And then 2025, 3 tight ends taken in the second round. Mason Taylor for the Jets, 13 games, 44 catches, 369 yards, 1 touchdown. Pretty good. It's a high mark.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Terrence Ferguson, 14 games, 11 catches, 231 yards, 3 touchdowns.
Wow.
And then Elijah Ario, 13 games, 15 catches, 179 yards, 1 touchdown. So you look at all that. There's some high water marks. We said the Laporta, the Pat Freiermuth's almost 400, and then the Mason Taylor's it's like 370, almost 370. Pat Freiermuth's almost 500. So, there is some really good ones out there, but I guess to me the lesson here is let's temper we got to temper our expectations, right. I guess. We do still have a starting tight end ahead of him. So maybe we have to draw back our expectations on this guy a little bit.
Yeah, he's not going to be a rookie of the year type.
Yeah,
but I would say listening to those numbers and not having them calculated with me, I'd say you'd be happy with about 20 catches for 300 yards if you could get something, maybe a touchdown or here or there.
I was going to say it's pretty something similar. I was hoping for I'm hoping for the Trey McBride, 29 catches, so 30 catches, 265 yards. 300 yards,
right?
1 touchdown, give me 3 touchdowns.
Right.
So if I could get just the threes, 30, 300, 3.
Right.
I think
you got to remember Goddard had 11 last year touchdowns. So
yes,
but it'd be nice to have a 2 tight end set, and they're going to key on him, and you can send Stowers, who supposedly has good speed, for that deep shot that you're not ready for type. That would be nice.
Absolutely.
But yeah, like you say, let's not draw the line and say, we're not going to. It's not going to make the team. Yeah, no, that's silly.
Well, the reason I wanted to do this is because I saw there were some articles out there that were saying, everyone's saying Eagles second round pick is a disaster, and I'm like, let's take it easy. I get it. It's disappointing, but I mean, I told you there's a guy on here who had 5 catches for 35 yards and a touchdown,
right?
And he was a rookie second round pick. I mean, that's damaging to your season.
What team was that?
That was the Jaguars. And not even more so the next one, Ben Sinnott, the Commanders one. 17 games, 5 catches, 28 yards and a touchdown. I mean, then 5 catches and you're a second-round pick. He played in 17 games, not injured. If he played in 5 games, sure. 17 games, that's killer, dude.
That is killer.
And that's 24. That's the Jaden Daniels year. That's the rookie Jaden Daniels, great year. They went to the NFC Championship game. Right. Now, they had Zach Ertz. He was great that year.
Yes, he was.
But you can't get the rookie second-round pick involved at all?
Yeah.
I mean, that's tough, man. That's tough.
That's pretty low. I would be disappointed if he did that.
And Zach Ertz had 654 yards that year and 7 touchdowns, so he took away a lot of that.
Yeah.
Man, still, you can't get 100? I just 5 catches. You can't get 11?
Yeah.
It's just tough. That's a tough one.
That's true.
All right. Play of the game, I had the Covey touchdown.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was great. Just breaking the tackle, shifty. He got in there, No doubt about it. It was great.
Yeah, my play of the game would be the Carson Steele leap.
Yeah.
That was a great play. And again,
Two of them.
When he threw the ball, I was like, no. I mean, I did one of those, no. And then he caught it low, and then he just took it across the field. And I thought, man, it was a great play.
He had 2 hurdles in the game.
Man.
He had 2 of those. One to get the touchdown, which was great.
Yeah.
Yeah, he looked great.
That's
out
right.
there.
He did hurdle the tech. That's it. That touchdown was nice, too, a 20-yarder, 22-yarder.
Yep.
Sweet.
MVP of the game, probably go to Carson Steele.
I would say so.
It's got to be. He was the leading receiver and the second leading rusher. And
Ty Robinson, maybe, if you want to go defense.
That's true. You could do that.
You know, offense is what sells. So
absolutely, yeah. Well, I got. That's all I have on this game. You have anything else to speak about? You want to talk about?
I thought it was a good game, and I was glad we were able to watch it together and not have to. Well, even though we had dinner at 5, we had to kind of watch it on tape delay a little bit.
Right,
we caught up late in the second quarter.
We caught up pretty good, yeah.
That's okay. We cut the commercials out. And actually, the commercials were funny because they were live commercials while the game was on one side, and they were not weird. That was weird.
Upcoming this week, Eagles playing the Bengals on this next week. Friday, 6 p.m. It's listed as being on CBS, so that's televised.
Yeah,
right?
But that might be CBS Philly.
That's the problem. Well, no, it just says CBS.
Okay, that'd be good.
NFL Network, CBS.
How many games are there? Is there several at the same time?
So at the same time, there's a 4 o'clock, a 5 o'clock. Oh, wow, another 5 o'clock.
I think
there's a ton. Yeah, they're all on Friday.
I think they are.
Yeah, so they're all at the same time. There's 2 games on Saturday.
Okay.
There's a few 6 o'clocks, the Saints and Cowboys, but they say ESPN app, so we might have another televised game. I'm surprised. CBS, cool. That would be really nice. Yeah, cool. And I'll be off. I'm off work that day, so there we go.
Nice. Well,
so yeah,
the thing about we talk about it all the time is the CBS. It might not be CBS out where we are. You know,
yes, I know.
Not in the Philly area.
It's true.
No.
Yeah. Well, cool. So hopefully we get that on TV. If not, we'll watch the replay and we'll cover it for you guys and come on and talk about it. But until then, you got anything else to say?
Just if you are a local listener and you're able to chime in, let us know if you're going to show up at Stoney's. That would be kind of cool for anybody in the Colorado area. You know, it's going to be a first time that the bar is not open yet, but it will be open before the season starts. So that's kind of cool.
Well, looks like we got a little visitor down here.
Oh my goodness!
Hello, little Rosie Ray. Yeah, we're recording a podcast right now. I don't think they can.
What's going on?
I don't think they can see you.
No.
I know.
Oh, you go around.
Oh, it's okay. Go around.
Go around.
Winnie's got you. It's okay. All right. Well, let's say our goodbyes. If you like Philly Eagles Therapy, do us a favor, rate and subscribe wherever you get your podcast. If you're watching on YouTube, please like and subscribe. Comment down below your thoughts on the game and your thoughts on some of the players going into the season. If you're watching on YouTube, please like and subscribe, and you can email us your questions at Philly Eagles Therapy. We still got the magnets. Guys, we got a bunch of fridge magnets. It's got the whole schedule on it. It's got the Philly landscape. It's got our logo on it. It's got our email. It's just cool stuff. It's free. We're not asking for any money. Let us know if you want one. You can email an address to us, or email us a place you want us to send it. You can pick it up even if you want to, and we'll get those to you. We'd love for you guys to have our logo on your fridge, and also you got the Eagle schedule. It lists all the times. It's great. It's fantastic.
To Steve, if I'm not able to make that first game at Stoney's, so
they'll be at Stoney's. He can hand them out to you. He'll put them on a table or something.
Ask the president of the club.
Yeah,
if he's got them on him, because I'll let him have them. So
yep. All right, cool. Let us know. And from all of us here at Philly Eagles Therapy, I'm Basil.
And I'm Baz.
Go Birds.
Fly, Eagles, fly.